4. But this brings me to my first point that the Three Strikes Law has been given too much credit for decreasing crime rates. Mike Mails from the Justice Policy Institute in 1999 stated that crime rates have been a steady decline since 1991, which was 3 years before the Three Strikes Law was passed. The Three Strikes Law does not help all counties in California, too. Also, Mike Mills from the Justice Policy Institute pointed out that Santa Clara, one of the 6 heaviest sentencing counties of the Three Strikes Law, witnessed a rise in violent crime after implementing the law. Also, this brings me to the third point, where the law was aimed to reduce crime rates in the ages of 30 and over, but showed the opposite. Also, Mike Mills from the Justice Policy Institute in 1999 stated that the largest group crime decreases in the past years occurred among those under the age of 20. The over the 30 age groups were the only groups to display net increases in both violent crime and total felony arrests during the post-Three Strikes period. Therefore, the age group that should have been affected by the Three Strikes Law showed no deterrent or selective incapacitation rate. This means that the third strike law was implemented for groups over 30, but after the law was implemented, it actually showed an increase in violent crime. So that's why we're aiming to make that the third strike is a violent offense. This brings me to my fourth point, where there is little correlation between declines in the crime and the Three Strikes Law. The Justice Policy Institute also stated that the data clearly shows that the counties that vigorously and strictly enforced the Three Strikes Law did not experience a decline in any crime category relative to more lenient counties. Here's an example of that. So San Francisco experienced a 32% decline in homicides, 28% decline in all violent crimes, and a 24% decline in all index cards. This compared to Sacramento, which was one of the highest rate of the third strike commitments, experienced a 22% decline in homicides, but only a 6% decline in violent crimes and a 3% decline in index crime. So this shows that San Francisco, a more lenient county towards the Three Strike Law, showed more decrease in crime, which shows that the Three Strikes Law isn't really working. It's too vague and it's too broad. That's why it needs to be modified. Also, this brings me to another point, where if we modify the Three Strikes Law, it could save California money. Reducing the sentences of the current prisoners could result in saving the state somewhere between $150 to $200 million a year. If you think about it, this money could be used for something else more important, like education. And no matter how little the population of the Three Strikers is, it still saves California money. And pointing out to the negative said that Prop 66 wasn't passed before. Well, now according to the Los Angeles Times poll conducted in October 2011, 62% of Californians now favor reducing life sentences for third strike property crime offenders, which shows how the opinion over the Three Strike Law has changed. And then also this brings up that California's Three Strike Reform Initiative has been approved for circulation. So all they have to do is get enough petition signatures, and it'd be on the 2012 ballot.